short clip by Bishop Dag Heward-Mills Ministries. Discover how God can change your life forever.
C.T. Studd's reason for going. He went to China as a missionary. Studd, you remember, gave away a fortune of $145,000 US. He could have lived at home in great luxury, but he chose rather to give away all that he had and go to China as a missionary. Why? Why did C.T. Studd go? I've shared with you why James Gilmore went to Mongolia. Now I'm sharing with you why C.T. Studd. Now C.T. Studd went because of an atheist. What an atheist said. An atheist is somebody who does not believe in God, that God exists. Strange as it may seem, it was the statement of an atheist that started him on his way. It so gripped him when he read it that he felt he must leave all and follow Jesus Christ. Here is the statement of the atheist. This is what a person who doesn't believe in God, this is what he says. He says, "Did I firmly believe, as millions say they do, that the knowledge and practice of religion in this life influences destiny in another, then religion would mean everything to me." You did get that? I say it again. Did I firmly believe? He doesn't believe. I said, if I was to firmly believe, as millions say they do, that the knowledge and practice of religion in this life influences another life, then if that was the case, religion would mean everything to me. He says, I would cast away earthly enjoyment as dross. I would cast away earthly cares as follies, and earthly thoughts and feelings as vanity. Religion would be my first waking thought and my last image before sleep sank me into unconsciousness. I would labor in its cause alone. If there was another world, and I, as somebody who doesn't believe in God, I would labor only for religion. Only. I would take thought for the morrow of eternity alone. I would esteem one soul gained for heaven worth a life of suffering. Earthly consequences should never stay my hand nor seal my lips. Earth, its joys and its griefs would occupy no moment in my thoughts. I would strive to look upon eternity alone and on the immortal souls around me, soon to be everlastingly happy or everlastingly miserable. I would go forth to the world and preach to it in season and out of season. And my text, there's the unbeliever who doesn't believe in God. My text would be, what shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? The preaching text will be, what shall it profit a man if he should gain the whole world and lose his soul? It was an atheist, someone who doesn't believe that there is God. He wrote this. He said, if religion was true, I'll give myself only to religion, because what I do in this world will affect the other world, and then that's what I would do. Is that the way you feel? Have you too felt the edge? Does the word of God burn in your heart? That means, of course, that you need the call. Men are dying. You have the message of life. Are you going to withhold it from them? No more. This is not the atheist. I've moved on. The responsibility rests on you. And yet the need of itself is not sufficient. There must be the ability to meet that need if you are a missionary. Do you feel that you have the necessary qualifications? For instance, is there a language to be learned? Can you learn it? Are you young enough, or is it already too late? There is your health to be considered. Have you a physique able to endure a tropical climate? Then too, a fair amount of education is imperative. Education both secular and theological. Do you qualify? It's a missionary call. My topic is the missionary call. And by Oswald J. Sanders. Providential circumstances will prove a real factor in guidance. Doors will miraculously open and your every need will be supplied. Funds either earned or given for your training will be forthcoming. Obstacles and hindrances will be overcome or taken away. At the last, board of God's choice will accept you. Then you will get out your outfit and your passage money, and if necessary, the promise of your first year's support. First year's support. Support for 1 year. Yeah. Support for 1 year. If by the grace of God you may get support for 1 year, and your passage, that means your transportation to the place, and support for 1 year. Oswald J. Sanders. To me, the call is that divine edge, the compelling impulse, that passion within that makes it impossible for me to resist. There is something within that is calling, ever calling. I am restless. I am like a hunter's dog on the leash, straining to get away. It is that irresistible must. The divine fire burns within my heart. I rise from my desk, praying to God. My mind is not on what I'm doing. I see the distant fields. I feel that come what may, I have no choice but to go. I am not satisfied to settle down where I am. One time I expressed it like this. Hark, it is a voice that calls me out of the depths of mystery. It was that inner voice that spoke to my soul and called me into the ministry, to the mission fields of the world. I can't explain it except to speak of it as an urge that was with me night and day. That urge I followed, and I have never been disappointed.